An elderly man.
Yes.
There are some things that an elder will just overlook and let go.
I've overlooked it and my life is going on.
So what if you see the president today, what would you tell him?
I'll greet him. Greet him.
Would you talk about the problem?
I told you, even when I was removed as SGF, I never gave Buhari the opportunity to discuss that matter with me. We're always together, we always met.
That's your character?
That's my character.
Is it arrogance?
I don't know. That's my character. I don't carry excess loads. You see, my character is that if we fight, we finish that fight, I forget it, I junk it and move on. Until another fight comes, I face it.
So this your antagonism and criticism of Bola Tinubu is personal?
It's not personal. I thank God that I didn't make a mistake of being in this government. I thank God that he gave me that opportunity at that time to distance myself from that government. I don't know, because if I were in this government, I probably would have been sacked a long time ago, or probably would have been killed, or I probably would have resigned.
Why?
Because the way they run the government doesn't gel with me.
What makes you think?
I cannot go to a meeting in which 99% of the participants are Yorubas. I lived in Lagos for a long time. The tendency that they finish the meeting in their language and then I'm just sitting down there. I cannot go.
Is that what operates?
Yeah. They are so predominant in the system. They are so predominant in the system.
So you're accusing this government and President Bola Tinubu of nepotism.
Let me tell you, when we were doing the campaign, after he went to that Lagos and said that thing that he said about Emeloko.
That's Ogun State.
Yeah, in Ogun State. There was a Bola Tinubu platform in which were participating. And they started insulting Northerners. Northerners are this, Northerners are this, Northerners are this, they are illiterate. So I wrote on that platform, a WhatsApp group. These are the people whose votes we will need. If you antagonize them, we are finished. Then I wrote that. The problem with Yorubas, and I still repeat it, is that when you support them and they win, they turn around to convert you as if they behave as if they have subdued you, as if they have conquered you. They will not count your support. When I used to say that all the time, even when we sit in his house and we say, no, BD, it's not like that. I used to say, look, gentlemen, if they are honest, bring them on this television, they will remember. I said, the thing is that we are just doing this because we want Bola Tinubu to be president. We that are not Yorubas will regret it. Because when you go there, they throw us out. They say, no, BD, why are you saying that? It's not true. It's happening now.
Is it happening now?
Exactly. Worse than that.
What actually went down between Lawal and Tinubu? Because in the first video I posted, he alleged that he never won the last election. Instead, P2B did. And in this one, he also said that he cannot work with him as a president. In fact, he went further to say that God helped him to distance himself from his government, citing this example, that he can never be in a circle where he will go to a meeting, they will be speaking their language and he will just be sitting there. That if he do that by now, they must have probably sacked him or he would have resigned and all that. And I'm curious to ask, is this actually for the interest of the masses, or should I say for the interest of the country? Or is this a personal thing? Or is this just normal, the characters of our politicians, that when you are not included, you will feel like the person is bad. But when you are included, even when the masses are complaining or suffering, you don't even care. In fact, share your thought with me on the comment section. But before then, listen.
Imagine waking up to see a Canadian court ruling that calls Nigerian two biggest political parties, APC and PDP, terrorist organization. Yes, you heard me, terrorist. This is not a Nollywood script. It is a real judgment, and it raises a serious question. That is, how did Nigeria get here? From missing Chibok girls to rigged elections to so-called repentant terrorists. Could it be that APC and PDP has failed so badly that the world now see our democracy as a danger? And they have embassy here. Every day you see thousands of people trying to japa. And ordinarily, they are making whooping billions of dollars from even visa deniers. And our government is not doing anything about it. Okay, this is how it happens. A Canadian court rules in a case involving a Nigerian citizen, Mr. Douglas Egariba, sorry if I didn't pronounce it well, who arrived in Canada in September 2017 and applied for an inland refugee status under the Immigration and Refugees Protection Act of Canada. He was denied, and for the fact that he identified himself with PDP, the court labeled both parties, APC and PDP, a terror group. Though, on Friday, August 15, 2025, Kimibi Imomotimi Idemfa, a spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Abuja, condemned the Canadian court statement. The government described this decision as baseless, reckless, and an unacceptable interference in Nigerian internal affairs. Is that enough? A report confirmed that Nigerian Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, along with other senior military officers, were denied entry into Canada for an official event honoring war veterans. The Canadian embassy reportedly denied visas due to missing the required note verbal from Nigerian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They must have one excuse or the other. And then, the incident became public around February 2025. The National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, condemned this visa denial as disrespectful and famously declared Canada can go to hell. Is that enough to protect our national image? What about the rate of Nigerians seeking asylum in Canada? And why not condemn that? Probably because they know they are the root cause of this asylum seeking. Today, I no go shout and I no go do my eyes like this because this matter don't pass pepper body. In the first half of 2024, 7,650 Nigerians requested refugees protection in Canada. And that is 408% increase compared to the same period the year before. And also, Visa Verge note that between 2014 to 2015, Canada denies refugee status to over 13,000 Nigerians with an approved rate of just 46% for Nigeria claims over that period. Our government will only make a press statement and move on. Nigeria has now become an element of shame that an individual like Kemi Badenoch, UK Business and Trade Secretary, declares she no longer considers herself Nigerian, fully identify herself with UK instead. She hasn't renewed a Nigerian passport in over 20 years. I don't want to concern us. And here is one of the bigger insults. In a broader critic, opinion pieces and commentators has framed a remark as disparaging, with statements like describing Nigeria as a piece of fair dysfunctions and disorder, emphasizing police extortion in Lagos, and painting a UK upbringing as vastly more stable. You go blame them. According to Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the baseless clarification is not only reckless, but also constitutes an unacceptable interference in Nigerian internal affairs and democratic process. Let's analyze. Who exposed Nigerian internal affairs to Canada? PDP and APC did. How? It all started from Nigerian Presidential Election Observer. Canada is represented indirectly through Commonwealth Observer Group, which has included Canadian individuals in its delegation multiple times. In the 2023 election, the Commonwealth Observer Group was formally invited by Nigerian INEC, and among its 16 eminent members was Dr. Andy Knight, a respected Canadian terrorism and security expert. You think, say, him come there, come watch National Theatre. The Commonwealth Secretariat also noted that the 2023 deployment marked the 7th consecutive invitations of such observer group since 1999. So, na the year, who cause am? Although Nigeria invites the Commonwealth Secretariat, not Canada per se, it often includes Canadians among the mission members. So, will you not blame the Canadian court for that statement? In another form of diplomatic involvement, Canada has sent representatives to Nigerian presidential inauguration. Last time I checked, I could remember they were here 2015 inauguration and more. They didn't just come to warm seat and enjoy Nigerians' wealth. They came to study us, and truly, they did. They observed when and after they leave the Nigerian soil. Let's begin with PDP, People's Democratic Party. Is it really for the people? And is it democratic? Number one, rescue of Chibok girls. In April 2014, Boko Haram adopted 276 girls from Chibok. And as for April 2024, approximately 100 girls remaining missing. Meaning about 176 girls have not been rescued or escaped till date. So, will you blame Canada? Notably, in late 2023 or early 2024, the Nigerian Army rescued Lydia Simeon, a schoolgirl adopted in 2014. She was found near Goza pregnant, and her rescue involved a firefight, and which 3 captors were neutralized. Then try, Abby. Let me refresh your memory. General Azazi has accused some element within the ruling People's Democratic Party, PDP, of backing the sect. He disclosed that a former governor of Borno State, a former chief of army staff, and a top officials of Central Bank of Nigeria had provided fund and also logistics to nihilist body for terrorist attack. We know how Azazi ended up. Do you think Canadian government didn't see that too? In the aspect of election manipulation, let's fast forward. Edo 2024 governorship election, PDP alleged an INEC presiding officer improperly allocated 352 votes to APC despite only 213 voters being accredited, clearly breaching protocols. Let's go back a little bit to 2019 presidential election. Nasarawa State, PDP accused APC of manipulating collated results and even alleging INEC IT servers was hacked and extra vote was added. What about Kaduna? In 2018 local government election, PDP also accused the army and police of adding result manipulation, threatening, adopting, and bribing returning officers. Canada no dey sleep, they are not hungry, and they are not rushing to spend money. And if they thief money, they are not bringing it back to Africa. Now we they thief money, we will see they go give them. So another documented fact to back my claims. Have you forgotten the reintegration of repentant terrorists? Under the Operation Safe Corridor, OPSC initiative, 789 repentant ex-combatants, Boko Haram/ISWAP, were undergoing a de-radicalization, rehabilitation, and reintegration, DRR. DRR program is in early 2025. They are set to be reintegrated to the society with startup packages and personal support. What else did Canada observe? Under All Progressive Congress, APC, as for security issues, not quite long, Adams Oshimole claimed that they submitted names of terrorist sponsors to the late President Buhari and nothing was done. Oshimole is still in government. Nobody revisited that list. They refused to mention names to Nigerians. And the saddest part is, APC is still in government. And they prefer to prioritize the national anthem than national reputation. Who is fooling who? My people, here's the bitter truth. If APC and PDP has not failed us, Nigerians would not have been flooding Canada and other countries begging for asylum. And now, with this ruling, our national image is in tatters. Whether it's APC or PDP, the Nigerian government must take the responsibility. If Canada does not withdraw this insult, then how will our leaders ever defend Nigerians abroad? The mockery is too much and it must stop. Because changing national anthem will not save our dignity. Only real leaders will.
When I look at the issues of Nigeria and how deplorable it has become, the first question that comes to me is, why is it that we still have people that still believe that Nigeria is getting better? I mean, what will it take to have a mind that still remains in a place where they say Tinubu is doing very well, Tinubu is trying, Nigeria is getting better? Now, I'm not talking about politicians who would say anything to sustain their employment or their appointment. I'm talking about the everyday Nigerian who will rather cling on to tribalism and religious bigotry to sustain the hardship that we are. The truth is that I'm beginning to realize that a lot of Nigerians have grown accustomed to hardship and poverty. Yes, we have grown accustomed to hardship and poverty. Do you know that there are people who will choose to sustain their religious bigotry above accepting the reality, the realism that there's hardship in the land? Do you know that there are people who will sustain their nepotistic proclivity or their nepotistic bias or ethnic bias above the realism that there's hardship? If not, what will it take anybody to be supporting Tinubu? You have to be mentally deranged. You have to be mentally deranged, or you are what you are related to evil spirits, or you are plainly stupid. In fact, there is no reason why anybody with a sane mind and a complete sense of will support this man. But I have come to the conclusion that people are used to poverty. We have made poverty a way of life. Hey, I hear say beans don't. I think last year not be 2,000 they sell mudu of beans. Now you don't. I hear say they sell at 1,000. You don't come down. No, be a full price of the cut. Now 1,000 I buy instead. Hey, me now 1,850 I buy instead. When we know that this same thing we bought it 140, 180, 200 before this government came in. They first drag you to the most difficult and unsustainable hardship. Then they begin to give you little reprieve, little reduction. They say, hey, rice. I say rice don't they come down now. Rice don't be 3,000 naira per mudu. I think at 3,000. You not? I buy them 2,800. Hey, full price don't they come down. Hey, don't they? This government they try you. They met it at 1,200. This is how, I don't know if it's poverty. I don't know if it is illiteracy. I don't know if it is lack of intelligence. I don't know if it's bewitchment. How will a people watch and open and have their eyes open when some greedy politicians are making your life unbearable, but yet rather than face the realism of the hardship that these evil criminals are bringing on to you, you choose to fight for sustaining them because they are my tribesman. You hate Yoruba man. I don't know why. One even posted in one of my threads that it's like you will hate Yoruba people. Oh, so even if you will have to bring somebody as a champion of Yoruba people, yeah, Yoruba people are in power. Yorubas are in power. They want to bring a champion. So is this criminal, this Tinubu, this criminal that you brought to be the figurehead of the Yoruba people? You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. If I'm going to bring an Yoruba man to be president, it has to be somebody that has impeccable character, intelligence. But you bring this recruit 50 million youth into the army and what they will eat, cassava, agbado, yam in the morning. It's a pity that we've been reduced to these petty proclivities that suggest that we have to divide ourselves along ethnic, region. It shows that we have not grown yet. It shows that we are still held back by our primordial biases and we cannot move forward. We cannot go anywhere if we continue like this. We cannot move anywhere. We have to unlock. We have to unlock ourselves from this hardship. You have to unlock yourself. You see, poverty does a terrible thing to the mind. Poverty. Oh my goodness. Once you see people who are poor and they are locked in, they are locked in that poverty. To unlock them hard though. So if you're anyone that is unlocked, your voice should be loud. Your voice should be loud. We need to unlock people. Look, I'm looking at Nigerians' problem not as an robo man, not as a Christian, not as a Southerner, but as a Nigerian that looks for what will be best for everybody. I would tell you that even if Tinubu were to be an Urobo man, proper Urobo man, and a Christian, and the country is suffering like this, I will not be so selfish enough as to look at how even most Yoruba people are not buying things cheaper. That's the annoying thing about it. Yorubas that are supporting Tinubu say, our local. You are not suffering. You are not enjoying. You are suffering. Ebing power is not Igbo. It's not Hausa. Ebing power is Yoruba language. So for a Yoruba man to come on social media and say Ebing power, that means you are suffering. But because it's my tribesman, no, let him continue. It's a pity. It's a pity. I don't know. I thought we are bigger than this, but we need to be unplugged. Now the question I want you to ask: are you unplugged from hardship? Are you unplugged from poverty? Poverty does not mean the lack of money, and riches is not the presence of money. Riches and poverty is determined here. How do you see yourself? So you have to be unplugged. You really have to be unplugged. Tinubu is a disaster, but if you don't see him as a disaster, it's because you are yet to be unplugged. Are you unplugged?
You get the point. What do you think? Share your thought with me on the comment section. And of course, you know the vibe. Click on that subscribe button, follow, and share for more updates. Because like this, we move.